Greetings, greetings, greetings. Testing. Is this microphone working? Can you hear me? Can we test the microphone? Testing the microphone here. Can people hear me? How do we change this?
Come on. Wait, where's Matt?
Testing the microphone.
That's better.
Can you hear us? Is that better? All right, welcome, 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 welcome to this awesome event here at the Lafayette Park Hotel. I would just say that it is great to see all of you here tonight. What a nice and big and, I will say, very good-looking crowd this is. My name is Steve Falk, and I have been asked to be the master of ceremonies for this evening, so I will try to master this ceremony. But before we get started, I must say that we have to take a moment to thank the general manager of the Lafayette Park Hotel, Nick Boyce. Where is Nick? Where is Nick? Raise your hand. Anybody see him? Where's Nick? Okay, Nick is probably working, if I know Nick. And I'll tell you, we've all been to many events at this hotel, and there's always this very attentive group of staff members at the Park Hotel, serving us drinks, serving us our meals, working while we're having fun, and they deserve our honor and our thanks. So thank you to the staff of the Lafayette Park Hotel. And then we just got to say, what about this hotel? This place is such a treasure, such a gift to Lafayette. How many wonderful nights, how many memorable evenings have you spent here? How many great memories have we had here together as a community?
You don't want to know.
It's so good to have the Lafayette Park Hotel in our community. So thanks to Nick, thanks to the staff, and thanks to the Lafayette Park Hotel. We need to thank the Insiders, which is the name of the pickup band who is here tonight, Kiki staff and Cotruvo. We need to thank Floral Arts for donating the flowers, providing the flowers this evening. Thank you, Floral Arts. We need to thank Minuteman Press for providing the program. And finally, not last, but certainly not least, we need to thank the chamber staff who once again delivers for this community. And we're going to talk about Jay in a minute, but let's talk and thank Sarah and Holly. Sarah and Holly and AJ and Ginny and Linda. These are the people who make a project like this, an event like this, work. So thank you all. And now that we've got the thank yous out of the way, friends, let's move into the program. We gather here this evening on this splendid October night in Lafayette as a community, as a single community, to remember the many achievements and accomplishments of our dear friend, Jay Lifson. And telling the full story of Jay's remarkable career is an almost impossible task. But it is one that we will try to do tonight. Jay, of course, is a smart man. He is a beloved man. And he defines, for me, what it means to be a great guy. You hear people say, oh, Jay's a great guy. And Jay is a great guy. So let's get this party started. We have a series of speakers here tonight to entertain you. And let me introduce the first two. I believe they're going to come up as a group, as a couple, and that is Jay's brother, Jeff Lifson, and Jay's longtime friend, Buddy Brodwin. All right? Jeff, you're coming up first. All right.
Hey, Steve.
Good to see you.
Thank you, Steve.
Sorry, honey.
For those of you that don't know me, I'm Jay's brother, Jeff. I live on the East Coast. After 30 years, I consider myself a temporarily displaced Northern Californian. But we'll make it back one of these days. But when we do make it back, it's usually for a short period of time. So it's a pleasure to be here for this incredible occasion. I never thought I'd actually be here for this because over the last few years, staying in touch with Jay through the pandemic remotely, I'd heard enough talk about retirement and attempts to retire. I think in aggregate, they're more than both Brett Favre and Tom Brady combined. But this one feels like it's going to stick, so let's celebrate it, please. And so to Jay, I just want to say congratulations, and what an amazing career. And I just wish you nothing but happiness and fulfillment in your retirement. But I also want to thank this community, because success sometimes is a matter of things coming together between the talents and abilities of an individual and a situation. Sometimes you have a player, Matthew Stafford, who is good but not great, and then he finds the right coach in the right situation and it just takes off. And my brother Jay, as you'll hear through the evening's festivities, has been through a lot of things in his life and a lot of different kinds of jobs with a lot of success. But it was really when he found his niche in this community and in the chamber that things really blossomed, where his unique interpersonal skills, his communication skills, and his commitment to bringing people together and building, and his empathy and everything else really blossomed in a symbiotic relationship with this incredible community, where I only visit, once a year or every other year. But when I do, I can feel the love, the respect, the appreciation, and the just genuine affection for my brother that you all have based on what he's contributed to his community here and the ways in which you have all interacted with him. So as you move forward into retirement, Jay, I just want to say that I know you're looking forward to spending a lot of time with family, continuing to be a terrific husband, a father and grandfather, perhaps having a little bit more time for yourself, doing things like hiking and mentoring and so on. And for those of you out there, don't worry, you all know him well enough to know it's impossible that he won't continue to contribute to the community, but hopefully it'll be with fewer deadlines and emergencies and crises. So with that in mind, I just want to say I wish you happiness, fulfillment, and perhaps a little less commitment for doing things and a little bit more time and space for just being you.
Nice job, Jeffrey. Being I didn't even tell him that he was going to be saying anything tonight. Somehow I forgot, but that's typically me. So I'm Buddy, and I've been friends with Jay for 64 years. And, what can you say about a friend you've had for 64 years? I figure nothing.
That's good.
But that's one. I'll give it a shot here. So we've been through a lot together. My mother, when she first met Jay, said to me, I don't know about this friendship with Jay. I don't think he's going to be a good influence on you. So I figured this is the guy I got to hook up with. No question about it. Of course, at 4, I don't know what we were thinking. Anyway, so we survived years of school together. And Jay, the perennial Boy Scout, as you all know, and I and other friends served as what we call squires in our elementary school. Jay and his longtime friend Ron, who lives in LA now, were rewarded for their endless service to this elementary school by the principal with a handshake. I've never seen two people in total shock and chagrin, just going, what the hell happened here? Me there were no awards for me. I knew when to keep my distance from too much work. You know, that's a key thing. So on to high school, Jay convinced me to join the track team. Of course, while Jay ran exhausting races requiring lots of tiresome workout runs to keep in top shape, I looked for anything I could do that didn't actually require exercising. So, you know, I picked up the pole vault, and that's all we ever did was vault, so we didn't kill ourselves when we went to the track meet. Then there was backpacking. I'm the novice at backpacking. Jay, again the Boy Scout, would lead the way, racing ahead and up the trail as I would basically do my rope-a-dope, you know, trying to slow him down, which didn't often work very well.
Still hasn't.
But that's kind of how it's always been for us, and probably all of you who've worked with Jay. You know, he's the kind of guy that he likes swimming upstream. For me, I like floating downstream, sipping a margarita, you know. So we're a little different that way. And then, of course, there was the Grateful Dead, thus the tie-dye. And he and I attended dozens, if not hundreds of shows together, and most of which I can't remember, but he could tell you about them one by one, song list by song list, and year by year. So you may ask, how could such disparate approaches to life stick together? Well, just like all of you here, when Jay says, "Here, I can handle that," we all say, "Yeah, okay, we'll let you. Go ahead." And then, of course, he follows it up with, "Well, there's always something more we can do," which is where he got us into trouble, right? Anyone ever hear of Jay saying the word no? I don't think so. So in retirement, Jay tells me he wants to make up for all the missed weekends and holidays that he, working in the restaurant business for most of his life before the chamber, since he was 15, actually. So he wants to spend more time with friends, his ever-increasing number of grandkids, and he wants to get back to seeing live music.
Yeah.
Because the pandemic certainly kiboshed that one. And I'll tell you, I'll be waiting for you, pal. So here's to many more adventures with my lifelong friend.
You're going to hear more stories like this tonight. But I would like to say it was really great to see Jeff here, the brother of Jay. And I say that because I think Jay, in many ways, has served like the community's big brother. And you think about what is a big brother. A big brother is somebody who is not in charge of you, but provides advice to you. It's somebody who's down the hallway to listen with an open ear. It's somebody who believes in you when you need a boost of confidence. A big brother is somebody who sticks up for you when something is going wrong, or the big bully down the street is going to threaten you and beat you up. A big brother is somebody who will conspire with you to let mom and dad, to convince mom and dad to let you do the things that you really want to do. And in this case, mom and dad would be the city council in Jay's case. So I do think there's something to this big brother analogy. And in that spirit, we have a little gift. The whole group has a little gift for Jay here tonight. And this is an original poster from the Haight-Ashbury era. It's a 1970 concert of Big Brother and the Holding Company. We know Jay is a fan of rock and roll from the 60s and 70s. So this is from all of us And Erlinghorn gets
You didn't mention the opening act.
Joy of Cooking.
Joy of
Cooking. And Erlinghorn gets a big hand for organizing that, so thanks, Erling, for making that happen. Now, there are some long-timers in this group who may remember when Lafayette wasn't the successful, bustling, commercial downtown that it is today. And one reason it wasn't as reaching its potential is because the chamber wasn't reaching its potential. So the chamber the chamber board of directors did a couple of brilliant things along the way. The first brilliant thing they did was hire Ann Denny, who came in and set the standard for integrity and class and innovation. And the second thing the Chamber of Commerce Board of Directors, this is the second brilliant thing they did, was to hire Jay Lifson when Ann Denny retired. And I remember talking to Jay, and Jay had a moment of doubt. He was like, I don't know if I can fill Ann Denny's shoes. Those are really big shoes to fill in Lafayette. She set the standard. And I will say this, Jay, we've been watching you. We've been watching you stroll up and down Mount Diablo Boulevard in 8-inch pumps for the last 15 years, and you look marvelous. You look marvelous.
It's a strange new world.
It's a strange new world. And speaking of that Chamber Board of Directors, we have a group of people who will be representing the Chamber Board of Directors, and who are they and where are they? Okay.
Trying to figure out what's
Yeah, who's doing this?
Who could take the morrow in a dream? All the sorrow and collect all the cream. The Candyman can. The Candyman can. Sorry for the technical difficulties. So, because that's our theme, the Candyman, over here. So, on behalf of my colleagues here on the Chamber Board, Dennis Garrison, perpetual Chamber Board member, Niroop, the advisor to the Chamber, and John, Business Person of the Year and twice President. So, from the perspective of the Board of the Chamber of Commerce and all of us here tonight, Jay has been Lafayette's Candyman for 17 years, making rainbows, facilitating our business and community dreams, spreading sunshine everywhere, always able to separate the sorrows from the cream, mixing it with love, and making the world taste good. A few quick memories. Dennis, you're up.
Jay, I'm going to give you the Reader's Digest version of what they gave me to tell you, because Kathy used up some of my time. You apparently asked to have when you die, you asked to have your ashes scattered somewhere.
Yes.
Kathy said that she's not doing that. She's going to stuff your with Bob's Big Boy. We're going to have you stuffed, and you're going to be forever glad you're going to be Jay's Big Boy in your living room. A lot of you know that Jay has spent a lot of time in the food and beverage business before he got to the chamber, and we have benefited greatly from his expertise in that over the years. So with that, I don't say I'm looking forward to seeing your stuff, but it'll happen eventually. And I will turn it over to Niroop. See, I'm the straight guy, so I just have to get in and get out.
You're going to do it right there. Thank you. Thank you, Dennis. Jay always says, and this is his management philosophy, always put a volunteer between you and the problem. Why didn't you tell me that sooner, Jay? He does that sometimes. You should have seen him this evening. We were setting up and he came to inspect. As we've all experienced, Jay is Mr. Fix-It of Lafayette. Day and night, 365 days a year, as Kathy says, literally.
2:30 in the morning.
There you go.
Lights on Mount Diablo.
There. He worries about every single detail in Lafayette, and that's what makes him unforgettable and ever so special. You've got a problem? Just get Jay. He is Lafayette's Obi-Wan Kenobi, our sage and guru. Over to John.
All right. So what we see here on the left are Jay-isms, right? So those of us on the board, we hear these sayings from Jay all the time. So the one on the far left is about dress code, right? So you notice many of us are wearing kind of tie-dye in honor of our lead deadhead. I have to tell you, when we kind of, there was this kind of this movement to kind of put something together for Jay, and we were kind of concerned how we're going to break it to him, because number one, we didn't want him to say no, nor do we want him to take over the planning of it. And those are two very real things. So there's a lot of strategy, like how are we going to tell him we're going to do this? And when we broke it to him at the executive board committee meeting, his only thing he said is, I don't have to wear a suit, do I? No, you don't. So this is all about, this is getting dressed up. Jay, we hope that this is as dressed up as you need to get in retirement, where you can be just comfortable and be yourself, is what we like. And it is important, though, to note, and if you've seen the slideshow there, that Jay has gotten dressed up on many, many occasions. So just to name a few things that he actually has, he did win the Margaret Letcher Memorial Award for his work on the project Second Chance. He has been Lafayette Business Person of the Year, and just last week, he won a Lifetime Achievement Award for Sustainable Contra Costa. So I will certainly say, Jay, it's been an honor being with you. I think I can speak for all of the former presidents of the board. You have made our job so easy and so fun. And I know when Kathy, we were talking about becoming president, she said, your number one goal is to have Jay say no and not take on so much. I think every president of the chamber has tried to do that, and we have all failed spectacularly. So anyway, on behalf of the board and the chamber, Jay, thank you so much for your leadership. It's been wonderful. So he is certainly our Candyman. He can make it. He can make the world just a happier place just by being around. So thank you very much, Jay.
So I know you couldn't. I know you couldn't quite hear all the words, but it talks about the Candyman, and who makes tomorrow? The Candyman can. He mixes it with love and makes the world go around. So tonight we raise our glasses to the Candyman and his oh so supportive wife, Kathy. So for 17 years, Jay, you did in fact separate the sorrows and collect the cream, always looking for and bringing out the best in each one of us here tonight. And yes, he does it by mixing it with love and making our world a better place. Thank you, Jay. this particular poster came from an executive committee meeting when Jay, for some reason, told us that he had asked Kathy to spread his ashes in, I think it was the Sierras, and Kathy said, I'm not spreading your ashes anywhere. I'm going to have you stuffed with a sign that says, please wait to be seated. Thank you.
Okay, it's a big honor for me to announce that Mayor Teresa Gerringer is up next. But before I turn the microphone over to Teresa, I need to let you know that, and this is important, when we started to plan this party, there was a lot of conversation about what kind of a party it was going to be and what the theme was going to be. And Alan Mack, back there, he laid down the law. He said, this is not going to be a roast of Jay Lifson. We're going to honor Jay, and we're going to talk about the good things that he did. We're not going to roast him at this event. I mean, he's been the Citizen of the Year. He got roasted there. He's been roasted many other occasions, so we're not going to roast Jay tonight. So I just want to say this, Jay, before Teresa comes on. In that spirit, I mean, like, you did a really, really, just really good job as the chamber executive director. I mean, like, man, it was just like a fantastic job as the chamber director. I mean, I can't say like what a good job you did, and except for the time you burned down the chamber building all the way to the ground. Okay. You were just fantastic. You were just great. Mayor Teresa Gerringer, where are you? With that.
This is going to be very short because nobody told me it wasn't going to be a roast. Put my purse down. No, I do have my phone because the other day, a lot of you may not get this, and a lot of you are going to go, why did she do it quite that way? But one person in this room will know the impetus for my remarks. And if you'll all bear with me, I'm no Kathy Merchant, but I am going to do a little homage to the Wizard of Oz. So, as the mayor of Lafayette City, in the county of Contra Costa, I honor you most regally, but we must verify it legally to see if you are morally, ethically, spiritually, physically, positively, undeniably, absolutely, and reliably done. We have verified it thoroughly, and you're not only nearly done, you are really most sincerely done. This is a day of celebration for you and all of your descendants. Yes, let the joyous news be spread. Our very dear friend Jay Lifson is done. Retiring doesn't fit. So, with that homage to the Wizard of Oz and the mayor of Munchkin City, I want to thank you, Jay, aka
Munchkin Man.
for all that you have done to do good and to encourage all of us to do good here in the city of Lafayette. So it is now my honor, seriously, and on behalf of the Lafayette City Council, I know a number of my colleagues are here, and all of the residents, and all of the business staff, and all of the businesses of the Maryland of Lafayette, I wish to declare today, October 3rd, 2022, Jay Lifson Day.
So you got about 5 hours left in that day. Speed home, because I guess the police aren't going to write you a ticket tonight. So we do have one last speaker, and that's going to be Jay himself. But before I turn this microphone over to Jay, I want to say just a few words about my friend. First, it's great to see Kathy and the kids and the grandkids here this evening. Because while Jay Lifson may have led you all to believe, very convincingly, that you were the most important people in his life, you weren't. Those people were. Those people were. And so during all those late nights when Jay was out taking down orange cones from the Reservoir Run, or setting up barricades for the Art and Wine Festival, there were other people who he wasn't with that he probably would rather have been with. So how many orange cones did Jay take down? And how many barricades did Jay set up? And how many bottles of wine did Jay schlep around the streets of Lafayette? And how many phone calls did Jay answer during these 17 years? And how many chamber mixers did Jay attend when he probably didn't want to be there? And how many business owners did Jay counsel and help them get started and provide inside information on how to get going in Lafayette? And how many new customers did he welcome into our businesses and allow our town to flourish? And how many public meetings did he attend on our behalf? And we'll never know the answer to these questions. But I do want to tell you a little story. During my time as the city manager, Jay and I spent a lot of time together. We did a lot of hard projects, spent a lot of evenings together, away from our families, got to know each other very well. And I can recall one night, you may not remember, but we were talking about what it was that motivates us. What is it that brings us to the job every day? And Jay told me these two things. He said, what gets me going is I love serving people. I love serving people. And I hate the prospect of disappointing somebody. Those are the two things that Jay told me motivated him. And when I heard that, I thought, we've got the right guy for this job. No, but seriously, think about that. When the things that motivate you are, one, serving people, and two, doing anything you can not to disappoint them. You know what that sounds like to me? That sounds to me like an expression of love. Like an expression of love. Because that's what you do for the people you love. You serve them. You fear that you're going to disappoint them. You do anything you can for them. And that's what this man has done and brought to our community. He has showered that spirit of love upon Lafayette, and we have been the people who benefited from that for 17 years. Yes. And so, Jay, what I would like you to do now, since we have been the beneficiary of your love, is take a look around. Because what you see here is an array of people who are reflecting that light back upon you, my friend, because they love you. And I love you. And we love you. And I hope you understand that. And my admonition to you now, my very good friend, is stop working and get back to those people. All right? All right. Take this microphone.
Okay, now that it's quiet, we can get the music started and actually hear it, because I heard it's pretty good. First of all, these crazy cutouts are amazing, and it's true. Kathy did want to have me stuffed, and she said, "And I'm gonna put you at the front door of the restaurant that eventually kills you, and you'll be holding a sign that says, 'Please wait to be seated.'" So that was the end of that story. I don't recall if they were thanked, but Minuteman, I think, put these together for us. Minuteman Press next door. They are a community treasure. They really are. If you've ever thought about what people were going to say about you at your wake, this is what you would want it to be. You know, it's remembering the important things in life, not the schlepping of wine bottles and all that stuff, but you know, surrounded here by family and friends today, and remembering the important things in my life, and this has been very important to me. You have no idea how much this community means to me. So people are asking me, what am I going to do? And you know, it's yeah. So I'm going to answer the same thing that everybody else answers. I'm going to spend time with my family, with my friends. I'm going to work out more. I'm going to cook more. I'm going to do all the things I love to do. But I'm still going to be there for our community and everything that it's about. I would never want to abandon all my friends here in this town. It's such love. It's so incredible. So I appreciate the chamber leadership for giving me the chance to be the leader of our organization. But you really have to stop and think about some of the decisions that they made 17 years ago. First of all, and I know you've heard this before, but there was no background check. Larry knew better. But think about this. You know, when I first came to the Bay Area, I was managing the Rusty Scupper. It's gone. Then I bought a restaurant here that brought me to Lafayette. The Rocking Horse, gone. Okay. Spent many years working for Hungry Hunter. It's gone. Bing Crosby's, that's gone too. So are you getting the pattern here? Yeah. I did a podcast a couple of years ago during COVID, and they asked me to describe myself, and I took a line out of something that I think my brother or my friend Mac had said. By the way, my nickname in high school is Munchkin Man. So to all of you, welcome to Munchkin Land. Appreciate it. I would share some of the. There's a whole list of stories, chapters of stories of the adventures of Munchkin Man, but I can't even do it here in front of this crowd. So we'll let that go. But I did a podcast, and I said I'm one part athlete. At least I thought of myself as an athlete. One part hippie, and one part mischievous. And I think they're probably all pretty equal, and that sort of molded me and the kind of person I was. But I've had an opportunity. I've had an opportunity, and I took the opportunity to work really hard in my life. It was my choice. Nobody told me I had to do that. It's just something that I did to my own fault. But Steve was right. I did realize a long time ago that the reason I did it was out of fear. Fear of letting my friends down, fear of letting my family down, fear of letting the chamber board down, the community down. And that wasn't a very healthy way to look at life. And I've gotten better at separating myself from that. But that is really why I serve, is because I never wanted to let you down. And hopefully I haven't. And if I did, I'm sorry. My management style has never been autocratic. It's been pretty laid back, and I lean towards collaborative, and that's how it works. You recognize opportunities, you build relationships, you trust others, you catch people doing things right instead of catching them doing things wrong, and you appreciate, honor, and thank them for the contributions they made. And almost everyone in this room I've worked with on projects, and I'm looking right now at Barbara back there. And Barbara, the love I have for you and the work that we did together for so many years is cherished. But this staff that the chamber has right now, look out, you guys. If you think we got something done the last, decade, wait till you see what this group is going to do. They are amazing. So what am I going to do? I'm going to laugh a lot. I'm going to love a lot. I'm going to help a lot. What's that?
Go to concerts.
I'm going to go to more concerts with a mask on, probably. I want to thank everyone here, especially Kathy and my family. And to Sarah and Holly and Linda and Ginny and AJ, the new team. Keep up the good fight. Continue to advocate for the wonderful small businesses in Lafayette and help the community navigate all the changes that are about to come. And boy, are they coming fast. I could name everyone here tonight and thank you for all the good work we've done together. Service above self is a pretty good way to give back and remember. But I live by one rule only. Don't be an asshole. And you can join my church if Don't Bring the Asshole. That's all you have to do, and everything falls right into place. Everybody, thank you so much for a great evening.